This is John McMichael. I'm the host of Aiken Business Matters, and as you can tell again today, we are out of the studio, which is a good thing. We planned it that way. Our videographer James and I wanted to get out and about during the beautiful weather we're having in Aiken, so we decided to come to Odell Weeks today. So we're in the fitness area of Odell Weeks, and I have with me as our guest today Lori Comshaw. Lori is a personal fitness trainer, and Lori, it's good to have you with us today.
Thank you, John. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm really excited. We've been talking about getting this done for quite a while. So I'm really excited right before the holidays to talk about some health and fitness and some of our New Year's resolution goals and fitness goals for the new year.
Well, I feel healthier just walking in here, I'll say that. So thank you for having us today. But tell us a little bit about what goes on here and what you do.
Well, here at Odell Weeks, this is a city facility, but it's a little known fact that we have a fitness room inside of the Odell Weeks Activity Center. So this is owned by the city. It's available to the public. It's a $15 fee.
And it's a very nice facility too.
It is. We may not have 20 of everything you need, but we have at least one of everything. So we don't have 20 treadmills, but we have 4. We're never really that busy, but it is a well-known kept secret in Aiken about this fitness room. And we like to dub ourselves a little community. We look out for each other, we help each other, we inspire each other. So that's why I really like coming here and running my company out of this facility.
And you've been doing this for how long?
I have been here almost 11 years.
Wow.
So At Home Personal Training is the name of my company, and I also go into people's homes. There are some people that have their home gym and may not be using everything correctly or to the best of their ability or safely. So I can come into your home and help you design a workout program in your home, in your own facility, or you can come here to Odell Weeks and I work with people one-on-one. I also have a small group on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, up to 4 or 5 people. And I also do a large group, a boot camp style group training at lunchtime and in the evening.
I understand that they affectionately call you the drill sergeant.
Drill, yeah. Some people put me on their calendar as drill or sarge. But here again, the large group training, the boot camp training, none of us are 20 anymore that are in the class. So it is individualized, customized. If you have an injury or an ache or a pain, we can work around that. It is never one size fits all. I like to say I'm a personal trainer with a boot camp habit. I love the camaraderie, I love the teamwork, I love the group feel of it. But you do have to make some accommodations for a bad shoulder, for a bad knee, for a bad back. So we just try to go and have as much fun and put the fun in the exercise.
You know, one thing that when you first invited me out here, I noticed that you knew everybody that was in the facility by name, and everybody was having a nice time. It was a good time. So I see that from your personality, and I've known you for a while now, that you're always a very upbeat person. And I think that makes the thing that people dread most about the exercise is the process that you go through, and it's not always pleasant to get where you want to get. You know, there's the old saying, no pain, no gain, but you kind of make it a lot of fun. So I think that really makes people want to come back and want to participate. So having a personal trainer or having somebody that can take you through the steps, help you set up your own regiment and tell you what to do and what not to do. I was very fortunate. My son was always in athletics, and going through that, he knew all the different positions you take for exercise and this and that.
Right.
And I remember we got some equipment one time, and I was gonna show him off, so I went down and started using it, and he said, whoa, you're gonna hurt yourself, Dad. He said, this is how you properly use the equipment. And so I learned the right way. So a lot of this time of the year, a lot of people will get exercise equipment and these very expensive coat racks and clothes racks that we call treadmills and stationary bikes and things like that. But knowing the right way to use them is really the only way to use them, because you can do yourself more harm than good.
Yeah, there is a lot of misconceptions and misinformation out there. And through my degree from USC Aiken, being an exercise science major and an ACE certified personal trainer, and I'm also an orthopedic exercise specialist. So I am very conscious about the neck, about the shoulder, about the low back, and not doing things that are going to load the lumbar spine. So I have equipment in here that can help you with that. And so when I do see someone doing something that is a contraindication, that is bad for your neck or bad for your back, I don't care if they're my client or not, I will say, whoa, time out. Let's try this a little different way, because I see what happens from years of bodybuilders or gym rats who have gone to the gym for years and years and years and did it old school. And now they have neck injuries, they have joint issues from lifting too heavy, from lifting improperly. So I cannot in good conscience let you lift improperly. It's just not in my nature to allow you to do that. So we like to keep each other safe in here and keep things going the proper way.
You know, one thing that really occurs to me, that there's a lot of folks that are watching us that have had knee surgery, knee replacements, hip replacements, back surgery, neck surgery, multitude of orthopedic type surgeries, and you have a specialty that will enable you to help them. Once the physical therapy part, once the medical insurance quits paying for the physical therapy, that shouldn't be the end of what you do to make sure you have and maintain good health.
Absolutely not. And that's why I went and became an orthopedic exercise specialist through my certification. There was such a need here. And I do partner and work closely with your physical therapist. I have gone to physical therapies with my clients and say, okay, what are they doing? How are they doing it? And how can we take those exercises and bring it here to the fitness room here at Odell Weeks? Bands, balls, stretching techniques. We have mats. We have ways to take those exercises that you were doing in PT, and they're going to give you a sheet and give you your homework. And they're going to say, here, go do this. And if you go to many of the gyms, it's overwhelming, it's too big, they don't have the exact same equipment that you were working with. So I can show you here how to do your homework that you've been sent home with from your physical therapy, and do that here to continue strengthening those muscles and keeping your range of motion and keeping your joints nice and happy to continue with your activities of daily living.
There's a lot of things that have been written about physical health and mental agility, being able to, your mind, people always worry about being sedentary, and you just, the older people get, we worry about not necessarily Alzheimer's, but everybody starts losing some of their cognitive abilities. So physical therapy really helps keep the whole body alive and vibrant.
Exercise does, and there's research after research about staving off dementia. And a big part of it is being able to go to a place, having a place to go, having a purpose, and being able to come, especially in here, the little environment that we've created here. It is so warm and welcoming. We have people with dementia, walkers, canes, new knees, new hips, new shoulders, neck surgery, back fusion. We have had all of those cases in here, and it is warm and it is welcoming, and nobody is uncomfortable. People don't feel uncomfortable coming in here because of the environment that we've created. So we have good spaces in between our equipment, we have proper equipment, and I would love to be able to show you some of those.
Well, let's do that. Why don't we take a minute and we'll have a little tour. And I know we have another personal trainer that's in here with us today. Who do we have with us?
Yes, we have Zo Hammonds. He is a new addition to at-home personal training. So in our at-home personal training here at Odell Weeks, we do have several trainers to choose from.
Great.
I try not to work on the weekends because I work so much during the week, but I have a couple of people who do training on the weekend. Zo is one of them, and Barbell, she's another new addition, and who's doing some training during the week and on the weekend. And also Tyra Timmerman, who is helping me with lunchtime boot camp during the day when I'm off doing other things. And it gives a good flavor and a good mix, And so I'm excited for you to meet Zo.
Good, let's do that. Lori,
Okay.
where are we right now? What are we doing?
Okay, right here is phase 1 and phase 2 of some balance training. My main goal for all of my clients, 100% of my clients, is make sure nobody falls.
Okay.
So balance is super, super important. So I have this really neat spongy balance beam. And it is in a trapezoid shape, but it is spongy. And the point of this is to exercise and to be unbalanced in a safe environment. So when you're at your home and you step on that dog toy or you trip on the corner of that rug, that you have the ability to catch yourself. So it gets your brain talking to your feet, and and the whole point of that is to prevent falls.
So when I'm carrying all these groceries in the house
Yes.
for my wife, I encounter something, something my grandson left on the floor, that I can step across it then, huh?
Yep.
And this is, for our audience, this is Zo. Zo, how you doing?
Good. How are you, sir?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
And you're going to be here with my backup in case something happens,
Yes,
right?
sir, I will.
Because she's a taskmaster, I know that.
So I'm just going to dictate, and if he goes
All
down,
right.
you can pick him up.
There you go.
Okay, so let's
So-
go. So just balance and put one foot in
All
front
right.
of the other.
All right, like this.
Yep.
Okay.
Now, if that's easy, which I know it is for you, we're going to step over cone, so we can make this a little more
Okay.
difficult
Like this.
and challenging.
See? Yeah. I'm doing this just for effect, y'all.
So in
And
that
it's not as easy as you think it is, so really.
So, and also what we like to do is exercise in the lateral plane.
Okay.
So much of what we do is in the sagittal going forward, and we don't exercise enough going laterally. So I'm going to have you face Zo.
Okay.
Step right here and go side to side.
Over this.
Yes. And step over the cone, step to your left. Now step over the cone. And this is where we find a lot of people fall because we don't always exercise in that frontal plane doing that lateral movement.
Notice this was much better than the other one, so. Okay. Now, what do we have Zo doing now?
This is one of my favorite pieces of equipment. It's basically a bungee cord on a stick.
We'll see if Zo thinks so after he finishes.
And you can determine how difficult you want it to be by how far out you move from the base. Now this is
Okay.
anchored to the wall, and this is just a bungee cord. So this wants to pull you this way. So you are resisting rotation. So when you talk about core, let's strengthen our core. You need to strengthen your core. It is not just your six-pack of abs. It is your internal and external, your obliques, your transverse abdominis, your rectus spinae muscles in your back. It is all of this. So this little machine, this RIP trainer by TRX, does all of that by resisting rotation. You are isometrically contracting your full core while doing a chest press. So it's a push here, a pull here, and we do this exercise for about 30 seconds. So get ready, Zo, and go. Press out and in, out and in. So every time he presses out, this really wants to pull him to the left. And you'll do 30 seconds on each side so we're muscularly balanced.
And of course, the object is to keep the bar totally straight. during
Keep the
whole-
bar totally straight and in your center. And if you want to make this a little more difficult, you can come into a narrow grip. So Zo, showing a narrow grip. There you go. So you have more of a narrow grip, and this lever arm is now longer, and so it's harder to stabilize. So this is all about core stabilization without loading the lumbar spine. And one of my favorite exercises. It is appropriate and good for everybody.
And you look at me when you say that, so everybody.
You're next, John. You're
Oh,
next.
good. I'm taking notes. Okay. Now, Zo, we're standing over here at some free weight area. So you want to demonstrate the proper way to utilize this equipment then?
Yes. The exercise I'm going to demonstrate is the barbell incline press.
Okay.
You just come over here. You'll see a lot of people come over and they'll just pick it up, not even realizing where their finger placement is. I always tell my clients to make sure that you put your wedding finger here around the circles here, because they're here to help you. And so you want to make sure that you're breathing properly. Don't just come over and lift it up and here. You're really not working any muscles here. So you want to make sure you're breathing, and you want to go slow so you can work those core muscle fibers in the chest. And so you inhale, and when you come up, you exhale. And this is called the incline press here. And see, I'm contracting my muscles. And I'm working those core muscle fibers in my chest.
I feel it already.
Yes. So if you'd like to try it, you're more than welcome to.
Okay, we'll try it. It's just once, so.
Never do this without a spotter. Always make sure you have somebody there to help you lift.
Okay, so I've got my wedding finger on the little benches there.
Yes, sir. And you let me know when you're ready.
Well, that's going to be too much for me to lift.
All right. Let's take some off.
Yeah. There we go.
There you go. Make sure you're breathing. You want to inhale going down and control it. Exhale coming up. Inhale going down slowly. Exhale coming up. And that's how you do your
Good deal. And the little pointer you gave us about the finger, that was a good one, because it really does feel better that way, because I know most of us, when we lift something up, we want to move our hands inward thinking we have a better shot at it, but that really does, you feel the effects an awful lot better that way. Thank you for that, Zo.
You're welcome.
We're over here with the dumbbells, the free weights, another type of free weight that many people have in their home, and they just look at it. It collects dust. So kind of give us an idea of what the proper, some things that you can do to really benefit having these dumbbells.
There's so many exercises you can do with the dumbbells. I know for a lot of guys, they like to work their biceps,
Right.
and triceps. But you also can work your forearms. You can come here.
Right. Okay.
Stand shoulder width apart.
All right.
Make sure your knees are slightly bent, your chest is sticking out, and tighten your core. And you can hammer curl right here and come back down. And make sure you're breathing. Still the same thing. Inhale, exhale, coming down.
Am I doing it right?
Yes, sir. Also, you can do reverse curls. You can take them and you can turn them this way, still in that same stance, and you come up and you bring it back down. This is working your forearms, it's working your biceps, and it's working your triceps also. Another thing you can do is you can just regular curl it. You can come here, inhale, and exhale. Remember, you want to go as slow as possible because you want to work those core muscle fibers again.
So in other words, if I want to do 10 repetitions, I don't do them real fast, I do them slow then.
No, sir. You don't need a lot of weight. When you're going slow and you're working those core muscle fibers, you don't need to use a lot of weight. You can use those right there. Those
So slower is better.
Slow is better. Slow is better. And make sure you're inhaling and you're exhaling.
Now, how about in front of you, like doing things like this? Is that a...
Yes, sir. Another thing you can do is shoulder raises. When you come up from shoulder raises, you can come up here, and you raise them here, and then you bring them back down. And as you can see, when I'm tightening my core, I'm working my chest muscles here, keeping them tight, and I'm inhaling, exhaling, going back down.
Okay, we've done it that way. How about from the side? Are you doing it like this?
Yes, sir. You can do side shoulder raises also.
Okay.
Come here, lift up. Be careful not to hyperextend. You'll see a lot of people at the gym doing this exercise all wrong. Even on the machine, you'll see them come up and they'll do like this. You want to make sure your chest is out, your back is tight, your core is tight, your knees are just slightly bent.
Okay, you kind of give me a critique then, so.
That would be too high. So you want to...
This, okay?
You want to make sure that you're coming about right here.
Okay.
And slightly bend your knees and shoulder width apart. Shoulder width apart. And slightly bend and tighten that core. And right there.
You're pre-assuming that it can be tightened, so, but we'll do that.
Right there.
Okay.
And that's the proper way to do that.
Very good. Well, this, I hope, gives everybody at home a little bit better insight into how to use these
Yes, sir.
dumbbells. So dumbbells for dummies, and so
Yeah, it's so many benefits to them. They help with balance. Sometimes you don't get that with a barbell, especially if you're weak on one side and you're strong on the other.
Right.
The dumbbell workout will really help with
well,
that.
so people that really don't have room for big free weights and bars and things like that in their home can have these and get some of the same benefits that you can get from a bar.
Yes, sir.
Just using these.
Yes, sir. I actually have, at my home, I have dumbbells, I have my treadmill machine, and I have my resistance bands. All cheap and affordable.
Well, good. Well, Zo, thank you very much for demonstrating all these things today that we've had here. And I think this is going to be it for our demonstration part. Let's go find Lori and have a few closing comments from Lori. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, we want to thank Lori Comshaw today, my personal trainer for the day. She calls herself the trainer to the stars of Aiken. I don't think I qualify there. And Zo, thank you for, he's over in the corner looking, grinning at us. But thank you for your help with that. And I hope people got a little bit out of that. But I'm going to start my New Year's resolution off early. And I don't know, I feel kind of guilty, but I've had something in my pocket that I was going to use today. So after being in here, I'm going to give it up, and I'm going to give it to you, turn it over to you, and if I'm a good boy, next year this time you can give it back to me. How's that?
Well, John, it was a pleasure. We've been trying to get this done for so long, and I've really enjoyed
Well, we've had a good time.
introducing you and to our audience what we have here at Odell Weeks, and it is a really warm, inviting place. There is no body part that you need to exercise that we can't do here. So whether strength training or rehab or just general cardio or sports-specific training, we can help you out here at Odell Weeks and with at-home personal training. So let's get a start on this New Year's resolution.
All right. Well, I don't usually turn my back to the camera, but let's do that then.
It's time to start burning this candy bar.
Let's do it then.
You know, if you're going to eat like this, you got to exercise.
Yeah. And we'll see you next time on Aiken Business Matters if Lori doesn't work me to death. So. Ta-da.